he's just he hates me, is what I think it is. I think he just doesn't want to see me succeed in any sort of endeavor which he has the chance to sabotage. That's the only explanation I can think of. Should call some sort of vendetta against him. We have a M8 running free, an M19 running free. Stuff is just, holy crap. I mean, like, this is just crazy. If you look in the upper left, stuff is dying everywhere. He's sending tons of infantry, but I have my infantry all spread out, ready in defensive positions, mowing them all down. I think he double-clicked, because whenever those men don't turn and fire at you, you can bet they double-clicked, and they're just running, because they're sprinting, and they won't fire until they get to their designated position, and that's usually a bad idea, because they'll get themselves killed. And that was just fire going back and forth. And you see on the mini-map, we've lost the leftmost points. That's because Lollybo is long gone, thanks to Mr. Popcorn. And M19, main gun destroyed. That doesn't happen very often on the main 19 because their main gun is skinny and tiny, like inappropriate metaphor, and usually a shell will hit somewhere else. And often something with the power to destroy the M19's gun is just going to keep punching through and destroy the M19, like, period. But, in this case, the gun is destroyed, and that's what happened. And I am again repairing this tank. If you look closely, you can see the little man with his repair kit doing the little repair motions on the tank. Those repair motions will fix anything, pretty much. If your computer ever breaks, just pop a repair kit out, kneel down in front of it, and wave your hands for 10 minutes, and bang, computer will be fixed. Works on pretty much everything except people. Doctors can't just do the hand thing. They gotta use those medical bandages that they come, that each person spawns with. But those work pretty well. So ask your hospital for those next time you go. Somehow someone let them repair this Sherman. I mean, that is on our side of the map. That should honestly be our Sherman. I recruit tanks. I repair and recruit tanks because I am a greedy bastard who hates spending money. I'm stingier than, I don't know, what's the guy's name? Shakespeare, Shylock. Stingier than him. I hate spending money. But there's legitimate tactical strategic reasons to do it too. If you ever have a knocked out tank on your territory, you should really at least destroy it or repair it, because the last thing you need is your opponent just like walking up to it, repairing it, and suddenly picking up where they left off. It's like, oh, we got a tank again. Look at us. Looks like that Sherman actually got exploded, which is nice, but I got kind of fed up with my allies doing this, so now I'm sending assault infantry over to secure the Sherman, and they'll start repairing it soon. But that's also because I'm greedy. Never forget that I do this for two reasons. I am greedy, and I want the tanks to be not used by the enemy. But it's a lesson there. There's a lesson there. Like, look, I'm about to recruit this Chiha, and if Panzerfaust's bomb that he tossed had not killed all those infantry, my Chiha would have repelled that attack. As it stands, they'll have to repel this second attack. Hopefully. I can't remember what happened at this point in the game. Damn it, it just got shot again by Pershing. That Chiha is cursed. Every time someone gets in it, kaboom, instantly destroyed. Actually, this time it only lost its turret, so now I am making the great escape at a snail's pace with only 2 men left inside the tank. The rest have been killed as shells penetrate, and boom, is destroyed. Twice. Destroyed in 2 ways. So that was the cursed Chiha. If you're running the numbers, you see that I wasted much more resources securing, repairing, crewing, and driving away the Chiha than I ever got from it. But I stand behind my decision. And if you don't like that, well, you can go not repair tanks. And honestly, if I'm on your team, I'll probably end up doing it for you, is kind of how it works. I'm like a repair service for whatever team I play on, no matter where the tank. Like, it's a syndrome. It's a disease. Like, the minute the game starts, I'm watching all my friendly light vehicles. I'm just like, I hope they die really close to where my tank crewmen can get to, because then those will be my light vehicles. This is what goes through my mind when I'm playing with you. If you ever see me in game, like, every tank you have, I'm evaluating it for repair, and like the second it gets knocked out, if I don't see your tank crewman going to it soon, I'm gonna be like, well, I guess he doesn't care about that anymore. Don't mind if I do. But I think it's good. It's a mutually beneficial arrangement. I'm like those remoras that feed on sharks. Like, the shark gets its teeth cleaned, and the remora gets to like get on all the Discovery Channel shows about sharks. Except the tanks are the sharks, and the tank crewmen are the remoras, and YouTube is the Discovery Channel. So that guy is unlucky, and now he's dead. And that's a metaphor for life. What's that Type 92? I wonder whose Type 92 it is. It's dead, is whose it is. But I don't know what the hell happened there. I guess a hurrah fired at it. Don't ask me what a hurrah is, whether it's a light, medium, or heavy tank, because I honestly don't know. The Japanese named everything with the amazing they have an amazing naming system over there in Japan. It's either chi or ho, and then it's some second word which it's always the same, like ra or sha or sa or to or go or ha or ma or I'm not very good at Japanese, is what I'm saying. I wonder if they mean anything in Japanese. They probably mean something in Japanese. The power of the internet. Somebody comment. Tell me what chi-ho means in Japanese. And don't, unless you learned it from anime. If you learned your Japanese from anime, I don't want to hear it. So here's an M8 driving up behind our shitty knockoff of the German Elephant. He's trying to flip it over by backing into it, but it's not working. I say shitty knockoff because the German tank that looks like that has armor thicker than a pig. A thick pig. Armor thicker than a thick pig. The Japanese pretty much just slapped tinfoil on it and called it a day, which is why the M8 was able to penetrate, although the M8 was right behind it, so of course the closer you are, the more likely you are to penetrate, because the muzzle velocity falls off very little when it only has to travel 2 inches. I've always wondered if, yes, I have wondered, if you fire up in the air in an arcing shot and then it falls for a while, will it gain more speed by falling than it lost by having flown for so long? Because I imagine air resistance certainly builds up, but I don't really know. Maybe you reach terminal velocity or something. Maybe you don't fall for long enough. And that's the kind of thing I don't spend a lot of time thinking about, but sometimes I do. And now we have M8s driving around, and driving around like a drunk person, which is, So that's those bombs that Panzerfaust has been tossing all game. He's got a hard-on for him. You saw how it destroyed the M8's turret despite landing like 1,000 yards away. Those things just have a ton of shrapnel in them or something. M8 makes the fatal mistake of backing forward and backwards and back and forwards and back and forwards. Can't make up its mind, and I get an AT grenade off, blow a couple wheels. I believe on Vent right now everyone is saying, "Get in the M8! Get in the M8!" And I, like a sheep, am just listening to them, but that M8 is fucked. I mean, look at it. It's missing wheels. Like, that M8 is not going anywhere, and I quickly determined that, and I tell my guy to get out. Yeah. That M8 is a lost cause. You see, I reload. The hotkey for reload is the plus button on your numpad, I believe, or at least the plus button next to backspace. It's one of those hotkeys for something, so look that up. That's a very nice hotkey. I like to keep my men reloaded if they're not in the middle of a firefight, which if you've played a first-person shooter, you know kind of the basics of when should you reload and when not, or you don't know the basics and you're one of those many, many people who are bad at first-person shooters. You know what, I'm just going to go ahead and assume you're bad at first-person shooters, because that's the majority of people. Don't reload in the middle of a fight unless you're out of ammo, and if you are out of ammo, get into cover before you reload, and don't reload if people might be showing up at any second. But if it's a quiet time, definitely reload, and the same thing applies in Men of War. If you need to reload during a fight, micro your men into cover. This looks pretty funny. This is Destruction Derby with guns. Yeah, I think I was saying over Vent, you're gonna die, and that's what happened. He died because he just drove straight into enemy infantry, and yeah. But during a fight, if you have to reload, get to cover. If it's not during a fight, it's a quiet time, just reload all your guys' guns. This is especially important for machine guns. They're very content to sit with like 40 out of 70 bullets in a clip, just waiting for enemies to show up, and that's really not good. You want them to have 70 out of 70, so when the fighting starts, you can fire for quite a while before having to reload. And so if you just hit reload every once in a while, make sure everyone's at tip-top shape. And it's also important for submachine gunners. Not so much for riflemen, I guess, but maybe for riflemen. This truck is a funny thing to watch. Let's watch the truck. It's taking fire from all directions. It's an anti-aircraft truck. It's stuck in the house, but boom. Bazooka to the back. It does not die. Why? Because the bazooka hits the wood panel twice. Hits the wood panel. There's nothing there. He's shooting at the wood panel. You critically damage that. The truck does not care. That is a block of wood. Okay. Third time's the charm. Nothing happens. He drives into a tree, and finally this guy gets the hang of it. Shoots the engine. Shoot for something that matters. Like on a tank or something, you get used to shooting wherever the heck you want, because you hit anything on a tank, pretty much it's going to blow up. Tanks are not the most well-designed things in the world, but you hit anything on a light vehicle, pretty much going to explode. But on a truck, where the back is pretty much just like planks of wood with wheels attached, yeah, I don't know why he stopped his M8 immediately when he saw infantry, but like it's just like in some sort of, well, you ever see Black Hawk Down? Because I didn't, but I think in Black Hawk Down there's a scene when they're driving their Humvee down the street, and then people start opening up on them, and they just like gun it, they floor it, and they're just like, get the heck out of here, and they drive their Humvee. That's exactly what you want to do, okay?